A lot of women think that they just need another diet, and what they don't realize is that another diet isn't going to fix it.
I have tried many things before.
Every diet in the world, I guess.
I've tried literally everything. I just never lost the weight.
Women blame themselves. They think that it's my fault that I can't stick to a diet, and it's not. And when you go and you look at these wounds and you heal those traumas, that's when you can actually release the weight, and that's when it becomes really easy to be your ideal weight.
Before meeting Brittany, I had tried other weight loss tricks. I had kind of like given up on that. So I was just going along in life, but feeling kind of stuck. And that's when I discovered Brittany.
I really appreciate Brittany's all-in approach in working with people who have subconscious blocks around food and eating.
I can just enjoy what I want and not stuff myself like I'm never going to have it again.
She truly loves us and she truly wants us to heal.
And these are women that have struggled with addiction for 30, 40, 50 years, and in 3 months, they will not have one addictive craving.
Once you start working with Brittany, your goal is for the weight loss, but then in the end, that's not your goal. It's more about discovering yourself.
I have seen such a difference in the way that I feel about myself. Through her work, I've got permission to love myself.
Healing of emotional hurts from younger years just vanished.
And because of Brittany and her program, for the first time in my life, I feel like I am awesome.
She has a way of teaching you how to know where to go next.
I have grown so much.
It's a journey, and her program really helps with that and helps you realize that you're worth it. Brittany's the gal to go to. It's totally life-changing.
So welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to day 2. I want to hear all about it. Yesterday was a really big day for us. Oh, my alarm's going off. Yesterday was a really big day. There was a lot of information. We talked about the hippocampus. We talked about the pleasure and the pain signals. I showed you what a great artist I am and how good I am at tech. And I also showed you how in order to sever the ties to emotional eating and food cravings forever, we have to interrupt the 12 different signals. Okay. We talked about the different types of trauma and how trauma literally shows up on your body as extra weight. And I showed you how to sever one of the ties to your emotional eating habit and turn off the food noise, just like Ozempic does. So how was that for you? I want to hear in the chat what happened. Did you guys notice that the tapping from yesterday had a spillover effect into the rest of your day? Did it affect maybe other bad habits that you normally do? Did you snack less? Did you eat less sugar? Did you not feel snacky after dinner? Or the opposite could have happened. Maybe you got triggered and you were eating more. There's no right or wrong answer here. I just want to, I just want to see your experience. Okay. Abby says less snacks. Kaylee says I was triggered and ate more. Okay. I binged today. I felt really calm all day. I feel like I'm already losing weight, just recognizing my blocker. Oh, that's awesome, Emma. And that it can happen that fast. I mean, we've definitely had people report things like this. Let's see. Someone last night brought a huge container of homemade cookies. I took one cookie and I took one small bite and stopped. I couldn't eat any more of it. I threw it in the garbage. Awesome, Ellen. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing. It was great until I ate an entire bag of plantain chips last night. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. More eating last night. Let's see. Better communication with my husband. Ate a little chocolate, felt no need to have more. Anytime I felt triggered, I kept thinking of that little me and looking up with her big, bright smile. Oh, that's so awesome. I ate so much less at dinner. I went to the movies, no popcorn, thought the smell was enticing. Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing with me your experiences. There's always something for everybody. I kind of knew that you guys would be 50-50. Sometimes that triggers more eating, and it sounds like some of you guys experience that. And sometimes it triggers less eating. And so what what we're going to dive into today is self-sabotage. And so for those of you who got triggered and ended up eating more, I want you to pay special attention to today, because we're going to talk all about it. I mean, basically everybody has self-sabotage, but for the people who got triggered and end up eating more, you have something that I call a super protector, and we're going to talk about that. Okay, so a lot of you guys had really big success yesterday, and most of you had some huge aha moments. And I'm going to tell you right now, the very best thing that you could do for yourself is to keep working with me. Okay? Because this is what happens. After you get out of this workshop, you're going to try to start doing this work yourself, but something will happen. You'll get stuck. You'll get confused. Your saboteur will come to the surface. And then all of a sudden, you know what happens? That spirals into days and weeks, and you lose that momentum and you lose that motivation, right? Who knows what I'm talking about? That is the reality. Okay. So we're going to dive into self-sabotage today, but I'm telling you this because I want you to know what to expect after this. You guys, I have been doing this for more than a decade, 13 years now, I believe. There has never been someone I couldn't help. And you guys, I have seen it all. There has never been a problem I haven't seen, and there's never been any problem I can't solve. Okay? I have seen the gamut when it comes to this. All right, so yesterday you learned that there's 12 different signals that make your brain want to eat when you're not really hungry. So that's true. What are these 12 signals doing? You guys, what are these 12 signals doing? Type in the chat. Rhonda says protecting you. Yep. Talking to the hippocampus. Yes, Pamela, 100%. They sabotage me. They make me feel insecure. They're triggering unconscious trauma. Yes, you guys are paying attention, protecting me, pinging off your stored memories. You guys are paying attention. Yes, they are sabotaging your success, you guys. They're sabotaging your success. So some people have all 12 of these, and other people only have 6 or 7. And I could literally spend an entire week talking to you about self-sabotage and teaching you how to cut the ties to all of this. And I'm trying to fit everything that I can within these 2 days. Okay. So have you ever had the thought like, okay, I'm doing all the right things. I'm eating really well. I'm exercising, and maybe you even started tapping, right? You follow along with me. You're tapping in my programs. You went to my free challenge, maybe about my 6-week course. But you find yourself taking 2 steps back when you take a big step forward. Who's like that? Type yes in the chat if you're like that. Right? You probably read all the books. You take all the classes. I bet you're a student of mine and you feel like you should have success right now, but you don't, right? So what do you think is missing? You have all the information, right? I mean, I lay it out there, especially when you buy my stuff. You got it all. What do you think is missing? Daily confirmations. I'm fighting myself. The subconscious working with us. Yes, I do have success. Thank you so much. Oh, good. Support. We're still afraid to deal with something. Yes, Tina. We still have buried programs. Absolutely. Okay. Rebellion. I'm in my way. Yes. Okay. Dorada got it right. And I can tell you've been to one of these before. You guys have blind spots. You have blind spots, and you have nobody to help you see them. And yesterday was a perfect example of this. Do you remember how the end of the emotional eating technique, when I checked in with Tiffany, and at first she was going to tap on something that was like, it wasn't going to get her results. And I was able to tell her to focus on something else. And then she had this amazing breakthrough, and she was crying and she was saying like, oh my God, I can't even think about food anymore. But then when I checked in with Kelly, she didn't have the same experience, right? And after asking her some questions, we realized that it was because she's sabotaging herself, and how that's a huge problem for her. See, if we weren't able to talk that through, she might have thought, oh, well, okay, that didn't work for me, and on to the next thing. But the opposite is actually true, okay? For all of you guys that had a lot of resistance to the techniques yesterday, or like if you didn't feel like it worked for you, When you have resistance like that, it's a sign that this will work even more powerfully for you because your subconscious mind is a super protector. And guess what? I am a super protector's worst nightmare. Okay? Your brain's job is to keep you safe. And as far as it's concerned, it's doing a great job. You're alive. You're healthy. It doesn't care about this extra fat you have on your body. If anything, it thinks, oh, good. Well, if anything bad happens, we won't starve, right? All it cares about is survival. And right now, everything is working just fine. We're alive. We have food. We have shelter. We can survive. We've got water. Those are the only priorities. Okay? You have a when you have a super protector, your resistance to change is even higher, and you will find yourself sabotaging whenever you notice any progress. Who can relate to this? Type in the comments if this is you. Mine is like freaking Superman, Kelly said. Yes, dude, mine was too. Holy shit. I have probably the superest of all super protectors, which is why I'm its worst nightmare. Okay, so again, the biggest threat of a super protector is someone who can see your blind spots, because it's impossible to see them on your own. That's the whole thing. That's their rap. That's how they get you to do things, thinking that it's a good idea. They're the ones that are like, oh yeah, it's okay, just a little bite of this. Oh, don't worry about it. You know, we lost 5 pounds. We can eat this cake. You've been doing so good. You don't have to go for a run today. Okay, so today I'm going to walk you through another tapping experience, and I'm going to show you how to find another one of your hidden blind spots, just like we did yesterday. Okay. And I told you to have your favorite meal with you. I want you to put that to the side for the moment. Let me see. How many people do we have here? Okay. We have 215 people here right now. And I want to work with a couple of you live. This demonstration, I'm going to do this with everybody, but it works a lot better when we have some people live. Okay. So if you want to work with me live, I want you to start thinking about that. You must have food with you. Please have it be a meal. Don't just have something that you grab. Please be prepared. Okay. Please be the type of person that read the instructions and came prepared. Okay. Have a camera that works, good lighting, and a stable connection. Okay. But what I want you to also think about is that you are going to be working with me publicly. And so you'll have to be willing to share some maybe very sensitive issues. So please consider that first if you want to work with me today. Okay. So I want to talk more about this super protector that we all have inside of us. You see, there's always a payoff, right? The weight is doing something for you. It thinks it's protecting you from something. Okay. And our brain's main job is survival. Do you remember the hippocampus yesterday? It's constantly recalling the memories and the traumas from the past, and it's sending the signals to the pain and the pain and the pleasure signals, right? And it's causing us to go for food and to use food to feel safe, even when we're not really hungry. Okay. So if you felt 100% safe to lose weight, if your brain thought that the only way for you to survive was to have a fit, healthy body, you would have a fit, healthy body. Okay? The super protector is like a bug in the software system of your mind. That's all this is. This is just a software problem. And I want you to understand this because this is a really complicated topic. And I have worked for more than a decade to simplify this, not in only how I help you with it, but in how I explain it to you so that you understand that this isn't complicated. I know it's been complicated, okay? This has probably been the most complicated thing that you've ever had to deal with. I bet that you're successful in almost everything that you do. And that this is the one area of your life that you're not successful in. Say yes in the chat if this is you. Who else thinks like, why the fuck can't I figure this out? Y'all, it's a software problem. It's just a software problem. You know how your computer will tell you when it needs an update and you update it and it runs better and the tabs stop crashing suddenly? It's the same thing with your brain. Your brain needs an update. That's it. Okay? Maybe in the future, AI will figure out how to do this for you. But right now, I want you to think about me as I am your personal AI. Okay? I have the codes that your brain needs for the update, and I can give them to you. All you got to do is plug them in. It's that simple. Okay? You know what's really interesting? You know, when people can finally lose weight who've been struggling to lose weight their entire lives without my help or anyone else's, it's when a doctor tells them if they don't, they'll die. How fucking crazy is that, you guys? I've seen it so many times. They come into my programs. The first time they don't really tap, they don't do the modules, they have all these excuses, they get overwhelmed, they don't know how anything works, and they don't do the work. And then a doctor tells them if they don't lose the weight, they're going to die. And they come back and they follow the program perfectly. They are the best freaking student. And guess what? They lose all the weight. How nuts is that? This problem is so scary that it has to be life or death. Or you could learn how your brain works. And you could learn how to sever the ties and finally tell your subconscious mind, it's safe now to release this weight. So who wants to do that with me? Yeah, for sure. Me. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Fear factor is strong. Fuck yeah, it is. Oh, please do. Okay, great. All right. Because we live in a day and age where there's just tons of fucking food everywhere, right? I don't know. I was living in Europe and then moved back to the States. And holy shit, you guys, there is like 4 times the amount of food that is served to us that we should be eating. It's crazy. Right? Who here has a problem with eating too much, whether you live in the States or not? And you tell yourself, you know, you probably do this, like you tell yourself, okay, I'm just gonna eat half of it. I'm gonna put this to the side. And then before you know it, you look down and the entire freaking thing is gone and you don't even remember eating it, right? Right? Margaret says, I overbuy the grocery store. Absolutely. That's another way. That's an absolute another way this shows up. Okay. So what if you could stop doing that? You guys, literally, like, think about this. What if you could stop doing that without having to use willpower or even without having to think about it? What if you just forgot to finish it? What if you forgot to finish the rest of your food? What if you got full on less food? Right? I know we all have friends like that. They just like have a few bites of something and then they just let it go. They don't even think about it. Right? You're like always so pissed. Like, what program do you have? Like, how do you do that? And I do this. Right? Can you imagine? What would that be like for you? Okay. So that's what I'm going to teach you how to do today. Okay. Yesterday, I told you that we're going to work on changing your weight set point. This is kind of the technique that we're doing today. It's kind of like having gastric bypass, like a gastric bypass without the surgery. Okay. So this is how it's done. Are you guys ready? Y'all ready? Unimaginable. Coco says miracle, life-changing. Wonderful. Meals would be less stressful. A dream come true. Yes. Okay, cool. Glad you guys are on board. It seems impossible. Ha ha ha. Love a challenge. Love a challenge. Okay. So I want everybody right now to think back to your childhood for a moment. Okay. And I want you to see yourself at your childhood dinner table. What were dinners like at your home? What was the conversation like? Were you ever told things like, you can't leave the table until your plate is clean, or no dessert until you finish your vegetables? right? Did you ever feel like you had to eat even if you weren't hungry so that mom didn't get mad at you, or so that you could go out and play with your friends, that you were like, oh my God, I just want to be with my friends right now? So today what I'm going to prove to you is how those early moments shaped your relationship with food and are still haunting you and controlling your habits and affecting your weight set point as an adult. See, many of us grew up with the Clean Your Plate program, which is a phrase that I coined to explain a set of beliefs that we inherited from our families and our caregivers about food and eating. And you guys, listen, they had the best intentions. They just wanted us to eat all of our vegetables and to not waste all the food that they worked really hard to put on the table, right? But it taught us to override our body's natural hunger and fullness cues. Okay? So I want you to think back to when you were a kid and you're sitting around the dinner table. What were the messages that you heard? Okay? Type in the chat, and I'm going to list some common ones. You can't go and play until you finish everything on your plate. There are starving children in the world. You can't waste that food. If you take it, you got to eat it. Yes. Okay, I want to read your comments. This meal costs a lot. Yes. There are starving children. You can't leave the table without asking. You're too skinny. Eat. Okay. It made my mom happy and I really liked what she made for us. Yes. Starving people in China. Yep. No pudding until you eat your main meal. Life is hard. Money is tight. It's a privilege to have food. We had bank and donation. Oh yeah, Bree, this is going to, you are going to eat this. If you took it, you got to eat it. There are starving Armenians. Yep. Okay. So do you see how, I mean, it doesn't matter what culture we're in, like everywhere in the world, we all had this programming. Okay. Now these messages, they were meant to teach us gratitude and responsibility, right? But as children, that's not what we learned. Instead, we internalized them as rules. We internalized these messages as rules. And over time, they became subconscious programs that are now controlling our eating habits as adults without us realizing it. See, here's the thing. As kids, we were born with the ability to know if we're hungry and when we're full. But when we're told to eat everything on our plate, even when we're not hungry, it creates a disconnect between our bodies and our minds. And this is one of the biggest reasons that we struggle with weight as adults. We learn to override our body's hunger and full signals. Who knows this is true? Who is this? Is this resonating for you? Type yes in the chat if this is you. Okay, so how does this show up in your life? You probably tell me in the chat how it shows up in your life while I tell you some common examples, okay? You might feel anxious about wasting food. Maybe you eat leftovers that you don't even like because you feel guilty throwing them away. Oh my God, my best friend's boyfriend's like this. It drives us crazy. He will eat stuff that is so old. I'm like, oh my God. You have a hard time leaving food on your plate. Even if you're full, you keep eating and you don't know why. Certain foods will bring up strong emotions. I saw somebody say that in the chat. You might crave specific meals because they remind you of family or of comfort, even if you're not really hungry. Or maybe you feel compelled to finish everything that you serve yourself. If you take it, you feel obligated to eat it no matter how full you are. Can you guys see why we might have a weight problem because of this? Okay, so the next question is, Brittany, what the freak? What do we do about this, guys? What do you think we do about this? Tap, cut the ties. Yes. Die young. Kelly says, I don't know. That's why I'm here. Break the programming, retrain our brain. Jedi mind tricks. Yeah, April. Get a blowtorch. Delete the app. Good. You guys are paying attention. I love it. Okay. So, do you want me to show you? You want me to show you how to change this? Okay. Who here brought food with you? If you brought food with you, tell me what food you brought in the chat, and then also say you volunteer and raise your hand. Okay. Again, make sure your camera works and make sure your audio works and you have a stable connection, please. Okay, if you want to volunteer to be on camera, tell me the food, and then say also volunteer in the same line, so that, yeah, don't worry. Okay. Kaylee says peanut butter sandwich. Okay, I like that one. Twice baked potato, that's great. Meatballs, sweet potato, spinach, mayo. Wow, cool. That's baked tzatziki. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Kaylee, will you Kaylee, I'm gonna turn your video on. Hold on, let me see here. Kaylee, here you go, Kaylee. Allow to talk. I'm gonna make you oh, wait, where'd you go? Okay, Kaylee. And I want to pick one more.
Hello,
Hi, Kaylee, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Thank you. Okay, then I've just got to pick one more. I've just got to pick one more person, and I lost my place here. Shoot. Okay. Julianne, I can't remember what you said your food was, but I'm gonna promote you.
Mine is rice.
Yours is rice.
Yes. So I'm eating. Let's just see how I put my camera on. Wait a moment.
I'm sorry.
I just need to see how I put my camera on it. Wait a moment, because I'm a tablet. It should be possible. Okay.
Okay, while you figure that out, Julian, I'm going to talk to Kaylee. Kaylee, okay, tell me what your food is again.
It's peanut butter and honey sandwich.
Peanut butter and honey sandwich. Okay, so where did this food come from?
I think it came mostly from, like, I've always loved peanut butter, and I have a memory of making peanut butter cookies with my mom and putting the little, like, hatch marks on with the fork on top of the cookies.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. That's a great memory. Deborah, I also promoted you to panelist too, just in case Julian can't get her video to work. Deborah, could you also try to get your video to work? Okay, so what we're going to start by doing, let's see. Deborah, go ahead and unmute yourself. Hi, Deborah. Can you get your camera on?
No, I don't know how. Oh God.
Okay.
I am so blonde. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
Oh God. How do I do it?
That's okay. You work on it. Okay, just tell me what the food is that you brought.
Oh, well, I bought either noodles or I bought chocolate with Santa Claus lollies.
Okay, great. So you could work on, oh, there we go. Look at you.
Oh my God.
out.
So need you right now. I am in hell. I really am. Oh my God.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, girl. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So you got the noodles and the lollies.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's pick one. Which when you taste it, so I want everybody to do this at the same time. Okay, Kaylee, Julianne, Deborah. Julianne, I'll check in on you when I'll unmute you. It's okay that you don't have your camera on. I'll unmute you and check in with you. So I want everybody that's following along, I want you to have a bite of the food that's in front of you, and I want you to taste it. And I want you to notice how much you enjoy it on a scale from 0 to 10. Taste it, smell it. Just notice the emotions and the memories that come up with it. Okay. How's that for you, Deborah? All right.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
Okay. So
I wish it wasn't. I really do.
So on a scale from 0 to 10.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want a number?
I want a number, yeah.
10.
10. Okay, great.
I'm a 10.
Don't have any more bites. I can see you taking some big bites there. gotta save some for later, okay? All right.
Oh.
All right, Kaylee, what about you?
I'm a 10. I haven't eaten breakfast.
Okay. All right. So awesome. So what we're going to do is I want you to take this food. I want everybody. Okay. And actually, I'm going to check in with the chat too. Tell me what your number is on a scale from 0 to 10. All right, good. You guys are already doing that. 10, tzatziki, pizza, 10, 10, 10, 8, 8. Okay. What I want everybody to do is I want you to take this food and I want you to walk over to the kitchen and I want you to throw the food in the garbage can.
Oh.
It's
Deborah.
a last sandwich.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I was not expecting that.
Okay. The reason
wow.
I do this on camera is because I like to see your reaction because this is part of it. Okay.
It's 4 a.m. here.
What a better time to be throwing food in the garbage can. Okay.
Sorry.
So as you guys think about throwing this food away in the garbage can, what are you feeling?
Oh, it's such a waste.
Hungry.
I shouldn't.
Okay.
I shouldn't do this. This is such a waste. Oh my gosh.
Deborah's saying,
I'm gonna have to drive another hour and a half to get this now. What do I do?
okay, I'm gonna have to drive another hour. It's such a waste. Kaylee, what were you saying? I'm hungry. What am I gonna eat?
Yeah, and it was the last 2 pieces of bread.
It was the last 2 pieces of bread. Okay, it's a waste, disappointment. Okay, good. So what I want to propose is that if you are willing to risk the last 2 pieces of bread or driving an hour for the experiment to see if you can change your weight set point and eat less without having to think about it, is the 2 pieces of bread and the hour-long drive, is it worth it to maybe see if this might work?
Well, I did it.
Oh, what? You did
Yeah.
what?
I did throw it away.
I threw
Oh,
the
you
lollies
did?
on the
You threw it in
ground.
the trash.
I threw the lollies on the ground.
Okay. Well, I want you guys to tap. Okay, so great, you did it.
How do I tap? I don't
But
know
you're
how to
not
tap.
feeling
I'm
good
sorry.
about it, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to tap. I'm going to tap with everybody. So everybody start tapping through the buttons. I'm just going to mute you guys so that we can all tap and everybody can follow along. Okay. So if there's anybody that like is taking it to the garbage can, but they're like, I can't do it. I can't throw this food away. Or if you're looking at it in the trash and you're just like, oh my God, what did I just do? All right. I want you to tune into this feeling and I want you to tap along with me. Okay. Doretta says this is gut wrenching. Okay. Even though it feels wrong to throw this food away, I honor these feelings and where they're coming from. Even though I feel horrific about throwing this food in the trash, I deeply accept myself And I'm choosing to create a new way of thinking. Even though I feel horrendous guilt about wasting food, I'm open to questioning whether these beliefs are actually serving me. Okay. Tapping through the points. It feels so wrong to throw this food away. There's a knot in my stomach just thinking about it. They will be mad at me for wasting it. Okay, so I want you to think about who's yelling at you, who's there in your unconscious mind, who's screaming, because that's why you guys feel bad right now. Okay, what we're doing is we're putting words to the words that your authority figures used. Okay, and that's what we're doing. We're cutting the ties because those ties exist, and the only way to do that, remember, we're interrupting the signal here. Okay, they're going to be so mad at me for wasting this food. It feels like I'm breaking a rule. There are starving children who don't have enough. I feel so selfish throwing this food away. This food is perfectly good and I'm just wasting it. I feel like a bad person for even considering this. All right, now take a nice deep breath. Now, again, I want you to recall those thoughts and those memories and remember what they said to you. You can't leave the table. You're a bad girl. Think about, I'm going to get in trouble. Okay. I want you to remember all of those things. Okay. And we're going to keep tapping through the points. I should save this for later, even if I don't want it now. I still feel so guilty about throwing this food away. I still feel like I'll disappoint someone by throwing this food away. It's just like throwing money down the garbage. What a waste. They worked so hard to put food on the table. And here I am just throwing it in the garbage. I feel so ashamed of myself. All this shame. This shame feels overwhelming. It's hard to let go of these beliefs. But I'm open to a new way of looking at this. Okay, now take a nice deep breath here. All right, we're going to keep tapping through the points here. I'm used to feeling so guilty about wasting food. Where did I learn that throwing food away is so wrong? Does it really make me a bad person? Does eating this food right now really help the starving children? Or is this just a story I've carried with me for years? Who am I afraid to disappoint by throwing this food away? Is this fear really mine or something that I was taught to feel? All right, take a nice deep breath. Now, is there anybody that's feeling like, oh, like my mom worked so hard to bake that for me, or like, yeah, give me a little check-in here and tell me how you guys, so look at the food in the trash and tell me what you're noticing about it. On a scale from 0 to 10, how hard is it to see it there in the trash can? Okay. Kimberly says it's like I'm throwing their love away. Angry that my parents did that to me. Absolutely. That can make sense. Okay. I worked hard to cook that for me. Food was a gift of love that I rejected. Okay. I want to pull it back out. Okay, cool. So now what we're going to do, like I'm throwing money away. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, I really love that food. Now what we're going to do is you guys are going to look down at the food. Okay. So hopefully it's in the trash. Okay. If it's not in the trash, I want you to get it to the point where it's in the trash. And I want you to look at the food in the trash. Okay. And feel the feelings of the sadness or the connection or the love or, you know, whatever those feelings are for you. Okay. And what I want you to do, this is going to sound weird, but I want you to feel those feelings. Okay. It costs so much. They worked so hard. We had so little. And I want you to scoop those feelings out of the food and I want you to bring them into your heart. Okay. Look down at the food in the trash, scoop those, take all those feelings, all the emotions, all the thoughts, all the beliefs that you're having right now about that food. And I want you to scoop it out of that food and bring it into your heart. Okay. And then I want you to imagine the person that you used to eat this food with, or whoever was feeding you, there in front of you. And what you're going to do is, as you tap through the points, you're going to send this feeling from your heart to their heart. And from their heart back to your heart. Okay? Remember what that food tastes like on your mind. Feel all these really good feelings of sharing these delicious meals, of feeling those feelings of them working so hard to provide for you, or you working for yourself. Okay, if you want to share this with yourself, if you want to share this, if this is a food that you would normally make like for your loved ones, imagine them there in front of you. I want you to share this feeling with someone else, okay? And keep tapping through the points as you do this. Take that feeling out of the food, bring it into your body and share it from your heart to their heart. And from their heart back to your heart. Keep tapping through the points, feeling all these good feelings, your heart to their heart back to your heart. Keep feeling all those good feelings, that warmth, that connection, that love, that suffering, that sacrifice, whatever those emotions are, and just share, take those feelings and share them from your body and your heart to their heart. And notice how they're so happy and they're so grateful to receive that from you. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you for honoring me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for seeing all the hard work that I put into this for you. Okay. Really allow them to be seen. Again, keep tapping through the points, keep sharing this feeling from your heart to their heart, from their heart back to your heart. Just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All right, take another nice deep breath. Keep tapping through the points here. And I want you to go over to that person. I want you to give them a hug. And I want you to tell them how much you love them and how grateful you are for all their sacrifice, for everything that they did, for whether it's the belief, whether it's the money that they spent, whether it's the hard work, whether it's the time, whether it's the love. Maybe that's the only way they showed you love. I want you to honor them for that as you keep tapping through the points. Have that conversation with them. It's going to be individual for all of you. And notice that they have something that they want to share with you as well. They want to tell you how much they love you and how much they miss you and how proud of you they are. Okay, take another nice deep breath here. Stop tapping. And I want you to come back to the garbage can. And I want you to look down at the food that's in the garbage can. And we're going to do one last round on this, okay? Tapping through the points. What if letting go of this food isn't wasteful, but wise? Could throwing it away be a way of honoring my needs instead of somebody else's rules? Is it really wasteful to honor my body's boundaries? What if the real waste is using my body as a storage for food that I don't need? Why do I believe I need to sacrifice my body to avoid being wasteful? And then my personal favorite is, it either goes in the trash or on my ass. What if respecting my body is the highest form of gratitude for this food? Could I release the belief and honor the value for food in other ways? What if I can rewrite this story and prioritize my health over my habits? What if letting go of this food makes room for something greater in my life? What if respecting myself starts right here in this moment? Okay, everybody take a nice deep breath. Ooh, okay. And I want to hear in the chat how that was for you. And I'm going to unmute the girls on Zoom. Kaylee, go ahead and unmute. How was that for you?
I was pretty emotional. I
Yeah.
could definitely feel it, and especially thinking about my mom and how my mom and my dad, and how they worked really hard to provide the food for us. Is it was something where we didn't always have our meals on our own. That it was others' graciousness that when I was younger that brought us food, and my dad would go fishing every single day to make sure that we had dinner.
So it's almost like a way of honoring him by eating all the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a major realization. And I'm sorry that we sacrificed your peanut butter sandwich, but the reason that we do this is because it's such an extreme example of it's such an extreme technique to get you to really to bring up that signal super, super strong so that we can sever the tie. This doesn't mean that probably the way that this will look from now on is that you'll just put less food on your plate. You'll order different dishes. You'll ask to share a plate with your friend. Okay, this isn't going to all of a sudden make you start wasting food all the time. It's resetting the way your brain thinks about portion size. And so it will give you the opportunity to make different choices. And you will find that you'll be making those different choices, not out of willpower, but just out of freedom of choice. Like now, oh, now I can just eat half the salad, or now I had the idea. Maybe before you would never have the idea to share something with a friend. Do you see how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Kaylee. Thank you so much. Deborah, how did that go with
Yes.
you?
Well, I screwed up. I'm pretty sure so screwed up in the head. Like I tried so hard, but like I don't know. I don't.
Was it emotional for you?
It was, but like I've got a lot of mental health issues from being molested when I was a child, and I can't like it seems to be that there's more of me. There's not just Debbie. There's little Debbie, and there's the other Debbie, and there's
Yeah.
Deborah, and there's like so many, and they're all trying to talk at the same time, and just
Okay.
yeah.
So did a couple of them pop in and kind of be like, no, don't do that. You should do this instead. Yeah, I
Was an
worked with an
argument
actress
amongst
once who had,
myself.
I think I counted, she had like 12 personalities. That
Yeah.
was really challenging, but it's also very, very common for women who have been molested. And so I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with you. You're not fucked up. You're not broken. You can absolutely, absolutely heal from this. You just got to learn how to apply the right technique and when.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
one of those cases where I would kind of help you see some blind spots. And, for anybody else that's, maybe felt a little sabotagey, or maybe like you wouldn't really allow yourself to do this. If you have something like body boundary violation, that's going to trump everything else. Okay. That's the biggest super protector. When you have body boundary violation, that will not let any of the other techniques like this work. So typically when we work with people in our programs, we'll address those things first so that it allows the other techniques to work. So we know how to deal with this. This is literally what we do day in and day out for years and years. I had the same problem. Most women, I can't think of a woman that's come into the program that hasn't suffered with sexual trauma and sexual abuse. So yeah, Deborah, you're in the right place, and we've got lots of information for you. And yeah, thank you so much for being on camera and for sharing that and for
Thank
sharing
you.
that vulnerability. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You're so
Okay.
welcome.
You'll have to tell me what to do now. Just
Okay, well, I will. Okay. Oh, Deborah, you're getting a lot of hugs and love in the comments. I love to see that. Thank you so much. You guys are such a supportive group of women. I love it. So I want to hear about your aha moments. So share them, please, in the chat. I want to read about them. And, going back to yesterday, I want to loop around. Yesterday, I told you that there's one trauma that we've all been affected by, right? Maybe you remember me saying this. And, if you were one of those people that was like, nah, these other things don't really apply to me. Well, there's one trauma that really the reality is most of us have been traumatized by it, and we traumatize our children on a daily basis. Okay. And if you don't have children yet, the reality is we were traumatized as a child. So I want you to type yes in the chat if when your children say, Mommy, when I grow up, I want to be a veterinarian. You tell your children, baby, you can do whatever you want. Mommy, when I grow up, I want to have a big house and a plane and an island. Of course, baby, you can do whatever you want. See, we always tell children that they can be, do, or have anything that they want. And what we don't realize is that that's one of the biggest traumas that's preventing them from having a long-lasting, fulfilling life. Because the issue isn't what you told little Kimmy or what you were told as a child. The issue is when Kimmy starts looking around and she's noticing her environment, she's going to start thinking, and she's going to have some more questions. Mom, you told me I could do anything I want, right? Mom, you told me I could be anything I want, right? Yes, baby, I did. Well, Mom, you told me I could have anything I want, right? Yes, baby, yes. Okay, well, is this all you wanted? So there are two options here. Either you're a liar and that's just not true, which is fine. You can tell little Kimmy, no, you can't do what you want. You can't be what you want. You can't have what you want. Or the answer is, Mommy and Daddy weren't willing to make the sacrifices. See, my point is that you can believe whatever you want to believe, but just because you tell yourself that doesn't make it true. See, I've been doing this for more than a decade now, and I've learned some things over the years about what makes people successful, right? The women that have been sharing their stories in the videos that you've been watching over the last 2 days, these stories come from our live laser coaching calls that happen twice a month in the Thrive program. Do you want to know what makes these women successful? They had community, they had support from a coach, and they had access to me. What's the biggest problem that happens when you buy an online program? Type in the chat. Tell me what the biggest problem is. What's the biggest problem? You never finish it, no support, you don't follow through, you're alone, you're not using it. Exactly. You have to actually do it, right? And things happen. Life gets in the way. You lose your motivation. How many of you guys were going through the 6-week program and you got stuck? Or maybe you weren't sure if something applied to you. Or you wanted to be able to ask me a question. You're like, fuck, if Brittany was just here, I could just ask her this question. So I'm going to tell you the solution that I've learned after doing this for more than a decade. There are people who have success, and there are people who don't have success. Okay, so by now we know that if you're serious about having permanent weight loss, the only way that you're ever going to achieve that is by addressing the root cause. I hope I have proved that to you. And now we know that the root cause of your cravings, your emotional eating, and self-sabotage, and the symptoms that cause your self-hate and the weight gain is because of the hippocampus that's sending the wrong signals to your brain to deal with those. That's the reality, guys. So here's a question for you. What if for the next 3 months, I take you by the hand and we do just 3 things together? I want you to write this down. What if the first thing we do together is I help you identify what your personal daily triggers are, kind of like I was doing today? Because if you're overeating and if you're having cravings daily, something's happening, right? Either your routine or somebody in your daily routine is triggering you. And until you identify what those triggers are, you're kind of powerless, right? How many of you guys would agree? Okay. So we know what your brain is doing when you have those triggers, but if you don't figure out what those triggers are, you're still powerless. Okay. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out, once we figure out what's triggering you, now remember, there's 12 different signals, right? We have to figure out which signals your brain is sending out because not everybody has all of them. Sometimes you got to add a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you got to do half one here and a half one here. Because remember, you're an individual. So based on your life experiences and your signals, you need a different prescription. So we figure that out. And you know what the best part of this is once you learn this, you'll never have to go looking for it again. You'll have your map. You will have your personal roadmap. Okay, and then the final step is now that we know what's triggering you and what signals it's sending out, I give you the specific codes to interrupt your specific signals and triggers so that you never have to struggle with food or weight ever again. And y'all, this isn't something that's going to take forever. You guys, I worked with hundreds of thousands of women. Most women stop all cravings in the first 2 weeks, never to be seen again. That's it. This does not take long. So here's my question for you. What if I gave you a customized roadmap so that you could interrupt your specific signals and triggers? If that's all I did, how many of you believe that you'd be able to sever the ties? If that's all I did, how many of you believe that that would make a difference? I'm seeing yes, 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 me, me, me. How many of you think that you would stop responding emotionally to food? Okay, I'm seeing a whole bunch of yeses. All right. So why don't we just do that? See, if you ask me, of course, I'm going to tell you my program is the only solution to permanent weight loss because for me it was. And you guys remember, I spent a decade trying, the decade before the last decade I've been doing this, trying all the things like I'm sure you have, right? So figuring out my solution not only gave me my life back, but it's also changed the lives of hundreds of thousands of my clients for over a decade. So of course, if you ask me, I'm biased. I want to recognize that. So don't listen to me. Okay? I want you to listen to the women who are sitting in the exact seats that you're sitting right now, struggling with food cravings, emotional eating, extra weight, low confidence, body boundary violation. Don't listen to me. I'm not here to convince you. Okay? I want you to listen to them.
I started doing this the middle of January, the 16th of January. I have lost 11 pounds since then.
This shit works.
I've lost 2 dress sizes and I'm losing more.
I don't have emotional eating or cravings anymore.
I've lost 2 pounds this week. I am centered, safe in my body, lost weight, kept it off.
I'm wearing clothes that I haven't worn in 2 years. And people at church are commenting, oh, you're losing weight, you're looking good. And I'm like, yeah, I feel good in everything. It's just awesome.
And during this time I've lost 18 kilos. The weight loss is just a bonus. I'm a much more confident, calm, happy person altogether than I've ever been in my entire life. And fitness-wise, you know, I'm fitter now at 40 than I was when I was 20.
I've managed to lose 45 pounds. It's just been so life-changing for me.
Could not have done this of my own volition. And this time, though, the difference is I look in the mirror and I go, hey, I like what I see.
Haven't been able to break the block of the rest of my weight, and I've dealt with chronic bloating. And I've worked with all nutritionists, doctors, probiotics, like vegan, whatever. That is a sign that I am in the right place. First time in my life, there's just nothing to hate on.
Okay, so can I just tell you guys the pain in the ass thing about working with me? I want to be upfront about this, okay? Because some people don't like it. So I just like to say everything up front. See, I'm not going to give you a long list of the foods to eat and the meal plans or the detoxes to follow, okay? Some people like that structure. You just want to know what you can and can't eat. You like plans, you like certainty. And I totally understand that, okay? So this might be a deal breaker for you. But for me, I want you to get results quickly, and focusing on what foods you should and shouldn't eat or what pills you can and can't take is not going to get you there. Okay. So that's not what I do, but there are plenty of people that have that type of program. They can tell you what pills and shakes. I'm just not one of them. And if I happen to come across somebody who creates the transformation I provide and they give plans and meal plans and detoxes, I will refer you. I just haven't found anybody yet. Okay, so here's how it's going to go when we work together. We're going to take it week by week. You come in, I'll teach you something, you do something. Okay? I'll teach you something, you do something. Does anyone ever do projects at home? So here's the thing you need to know if you're going to join. I'm Home Depot. Okay? So what I mean by this is I have every tool that you would possibly need to complete any job. I'm pulling out tools. I'm doing a little bit of this, right? But when you come in, see, I don't want you wandering up and down the aisle, searching for where to go. Should I use this? Should I use that? Does anyone ever do that? So here's what's going to happen. You're going to join and you're going to tell me, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a birdhouse. Okay. So I'm going to say, fantastic. Go to aisle 12, grab that hammer, and I want you to bring that hammer back to me. Okay. And then I'm going to say, hammer that 4 times and then come back to me. You come back to me next week. I say, cool, go put the hammer back and now go to aisle 18. And we're just going to keep doing that until your birdhouse is done. You're not wandering up and down the aisle wondering where stuff is and how you're going to do it. Does anybody appreciate that? How's that sound? Has anyone ever joined something and there's just like all this stuff coming at you? You're like, oh, I don't know where to start. What's the best way to do this? And you're not sure what to focus on. We don't do that. I'm going to tell you, let's just do this one thing. That's all you're going to do. And then you'll come back. And then the next week, I'll give you the next step. Can anyone appreciate the simplicity of that? I'm seeing yes, yes, yes. Yes, especially for people who self-sabotage. This is the only way to do this. Okay, so I want you to write this down. The truth is always simple. It's the lies that are complicated. If anyone's feeling like, I don't know, that's too easy, it seems too simple, it's because it's the truth, y'all. In your everyday life, let me ask you, how do you know someone's lying to you? How do you know he cheated? Because the story doesn't make sense, right? It's always this complicated story and all these details that are confusing. You guys, the truth is always simple. Same here. 12 years, 247,469 women. No one does anything unsuccessfully for more than a decade. The truth is simple. And can you see how the simplicity would make it even easier for you to sustain? If I say, hey, Kathy, you want to lose weight? Okay, great. I want you to just do this one thing this week. That's it. That's all you have to do. And we do that for 3 months. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's one thing. Can anyone not see at the end of the 3 months, not only losing weight, because remember, that's not our goal. We're going to work on those 3 months on getting to the root cause so that the weight that you've lost is permanent weight loss. That's the difference, guys. Can you see how much easier that makes this? Okay, so I want to officially invite you to the Think and Thin Thrive program. Stop emotional eating in 90 days guaranteed. This is the exact program that all the people in these videos that you've been watching went through. This is the program that I'm known for. And I've been trying something brand new over the last couple of months, and it's working really well, you guys. But I'm only taking a small group of 15 people, and we have a lot more than 15 people on this call, and we have another 1,300 people who are getting the replay of this. I'm only taking 15 people, you guys, for this year. This is the last group, okay? I'm gonna tell you more about what we're gonna do in a minute. You're gonna have 2 days after this to make your final decision, which means you have until midnight on Tuesday to talk to whoever you wanna talk to about it and make your decision together. But just a disclaimer, guys, I've done this 3 times. All the spots have sold out live on every single training that I've done so far, okay? So if you're interested, you might wanna be aware that this will be your chance to grab this program at a very discounted price, because I'm not gonna make more room at this price, and I'm not even sure if I'm gonna offer it at this price next year, you guys. The cost of everything is going up, and like this, we might have to make some adjustments, okay? So in a minute, I'm gonna answer questions that you have and any concerns you have, and I'm also gonna talk to you about price and how you can make payments if necessary. We're gonna go over all those details shortly. So most women, when they come through my Thrive program, they get rid of all their food cravings in the first month, never to be seen again, okay? The next thing that happens is within 2 to 3 months, all of your emotional eating, your cravings, your snacking, your eating at night disappears permanently. It won't come back, okay? Sally here is on here, and let's see, she works with us now, but she joined, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. I think she's lost like 91 pounds. It's been 4 years. She's never gained the weight back. She only had to tap once. She went through the program one time. It's been, how long has it been, Sal? 4 or 5 years? I mean, and she's just one person because she works for us, and I want her to be there in the chat. But like, we have thousands of women that report these results, okay? So here's how it works. You join the program, you come in, you make the moves. If you spend the entire first 2 months making all the moves and you don't get results, just turn your homework in and I will give you all your money back, no questions asked. It's that simple. You guys, I believe in this program so much that I am willing to take on all the risk for you. You guys could screw me. You could go through the whole program. You could get everything you want. You could stop your cravings. You could end your emotional eating. You could lose the weight. You could come back and say, I didn't get my results. I have made this as foolproof as possible. If it doesn't work, we didn't earn your money. No problem. Once you're inside the program, there is nothing for you to think about. I've already done all the thinking for you. All you have to do is show up. Okay, so we spoke earlier about how people can get stuck, right? Or they lose motivation when they buy an online program. And this really frustrates me, to see people not follow through when they literally have the solution in their hands. Who has that fear? I saw a lot of you share that, like, oh, this is just gonna be another something that I buy and then I'm not gonna follow through with. Okay. Well, that's a great question. And I'm gonna speak on that in a moment. And I'm also gonna share some other gifts with you. See, we didn't always have this, but we decided that this could be really, really beneficial for you guys because I am committed to having 100% success rate for the Thrive program. You guys, my team and I get together, me, Sally, my tech team, my CMO, we get together. Do you know what we talk about? How to make you more successful. We talk about how to make the program better so that you guys can get better, faster results. That's it. That's what we talk about. Okay, so I don't know how long we're going to be able to include this. Honestly, it has a lot to do with how much Sally can handle. So for bonus number one is your personal progress partner. Okay, you say personal progress partner, Brittany, what's that? Well, your personal progress partner is my right hand. Okay, I want everybody to write down personal progress partner. Okay, her sole purpose is to turn your problems into progress. Like I said, you guys, this is something I just started to include, and I don't know if we're going to keep this, and it really just depends on capacity. So when you join in this round, I will promise that you will have your personal progress partner. Okay, so what does that mean? A personal progress partner means that you're going to have someone who their sole existence is to wake up every day and to make sure you stay on track. That's it. They check in with you, they motivate you, they help you when you're stuck, and they hold you accountable. Any questions, comments, concerns you have, they will make sure you have answers. Their whole job is to make sure that if you choose to do this for yourself, that this is the last thing that you'll ever need. That's their only job. They have no other job. Okay. By show of hands, how many of you agree that one of the biggest issues that you've had in the past is that when you start something, like you're feeling really motivated, you're inspired, and maybe you're even like pissed off, right? So you make a decision. You decide that, okay, fuck it, I'm going to do something about this. And then some time passes, right? Maybe it's a week, maybe it's a month, maybe it's 6 months, and you're not as motivated, right? You kind of fall off. Well, why does that happen? Because you're the only one who knows. You're the only one who's keeping track of you. Sometimes even your spouse doesn't know. Maybe you mentioned something, but they're not like checking in with you regularly. That's not going to happen anymore. When you get a personal progress partner, their entire existence is they wake up and they wonder, I wonder how Katie's doing today. That is their only job. How many of you guys would agree if you had somebody whose sole existence, okay, like take J-Lo, for example. Do you ever think like, oh my God, how does she look like that? I wish I could look like that in my 50s. Well, yeah, it's pretty easy when you hire somebody whose sole job is to cook your food, make sure you work out every single day, drive you around, right? If that's somebody else's job, how could you fail? That's why they look like that. Now you guys can have that too. You do the work, you make the moves, you get the results. Nobody who's ever made the moves has ever failed. Your personal progress partner will make sure that she's there and that you make the moves. And anytime you're stuck, because that'll happen, anytime you have a problem, that'll happen, they turn your problems into progress. Y'all, you couldn't pay your mama. How much do you think you'd have to pay your mom to check in on you every day? She wouldn't do this. She's not going to personally progress partner you for nothing. Maybe a week if you're lucky. So how much do you think this would cost? Type in the chat, what do you think it would cost? Don't worry, I'll wait. How much do you think it would cost? I know it would cost J-Lo a small fortune. How much do you think it's cost? 1,000. 10,000. I'm taking care of the cost for you. It costs you absolutely nothing. Okay. I want everybody to write this down. Personal progress partner. So when you leave here, you can tell your spouse or whoever you check finances with, this is the last time I'll ever need anything. I'm good to go. That's what a personal progress partner does. Okay. So bonus number 2 is a set of audios and tap-alongs for those moments that just come out of nowhere, right? Somebody brings home a big cake. There's a party you got to go to. You get asked out on a date. You're at work and you didn't pack a lunch. And it kicks you off into this downward spiral. It's for all those moments that you know hit you and the ones that you don't know, right? Like when everybody goes to sleep and you can't stop eating everything in the pantry, or you're going to go visit your family and you know you won't be able to stop eating all the food. How cool would it be if you could take what you learned in a short audio, like a 10 or 15 minute audio, and when you had those moments before you go to the party or before you're going to go out to dinner, and you were able to tap along with me and cut the ties and change your weight set point. That's what transformation tune-ups is. It's basically like having me in your pocket. So you can go out, you can enjoy the parties, you can have the drinks, you can visit your family, you can be in the world and enjoy the world, because those moments pop up, right? And we want you to enjoy your life. Life is worth enjoying. Okay, I don't want you stuck at home worried about your weight or thinking about your food for one more freaking minute. You got me in your pocket to give you the taps, just like we've been doing this weekend. Okay, I've created this so that you never fall off track. Guys, I've learned a lot over 12 years and almost 250,000 women. I have figured out everything you need. Okay, so the third bonus is one of my favorites. I'm going to give you guys 5 tools in something that I call waistline wonders, which is basically my most powerful fat loss hacks that actually work. Okay. So we don't give this to you though until the end of the program, because when we've tested it, fat loss hacks doesn't work until you go do the emotional work. Okay. These fat loss hacks are powerful because once you sever the ties, you don't have the cravings, your body knows it's safe to be thin, you don't eat at night anymore. There are 5 tools that you can use to not lose weight, but to lose fat. Okay, and I want to differentiate here. Cancer patients lose weight. You want to lose fat. Okay, so we put together those tools for you. And one of the first ones that we'll actually give you, that is one of my personal favorites, is I call it lose 10 pounds in the bottle, because anytime I stop taking it, I gain 10 pounds. That's what our other students tell us too. Okay. So I'm not going to go any more into this, because your personal progress partner, she's going to be tracking you and she's going to tell you exactly when it's time for you to get started with this part of the program. Okay. So before we get into the final bonus, I want to remind you that we only have 15 spots. Okay. And you have until Tuesday at midnight. And again, we sold out live on all the other 3 that I've done. So if you're interested, I would stay and wait for the link. Okay. So, the last surprise is study buddies. Okay. The last bonus is the study buddy groups, because everything is more fun with friends. Wouldn't you agree? What if you could meet people and learn with people that are just like you? What if every week, instead of listening to the module alone, you could tune in and listen with a group of friends and a coach who could guide you through that week's material? How do you think that would make a difference in your motivation levels? Your coach can be there. She can answer questions. She can help see your blind spots. What if every single week you had a group of friends that couldn't wait to check in with you? The Thrive community becomes so tight as you meet each other and as you go through the program. This is how you really solidify your relationships. Y'all are cool. Like attracts like. You guys are just like me. You're studying cool things. You're reading cool books. You're going on cool trips. You're starting interesting projects together. This really becomes a community of family. This happens all the time, you guys, all the time. Okay? We are isolated more than ever, and we are not meant to be alone. We're meant to live in tribes. We thrive in tribes. I want you to think about the Thrive program like your own personal tribe. Okay, you're going to have a community of women who understand you. They are like you. They're wanting to connect. They're wanting that closeness. You don't have to be worried if she's going to text you back. She wants to text you back. Okay, we have so many women that report meeting their new best friends in this program. They're traveling together. This is my favorite part of the program. Okay, so for those of you who are curious about the price, we're going to get into that. Okay. So the investment for your last day to ever struggle with emotional eating ever again is just $3,000. Okay. And as I say that price, I can feel y'all booties getting a little tight, right? Maybe you're thinking like, oh my God, I can't come up with that money. How am I going to come up with that? And in a minute, I'm going to share some special discounts and how you can get a payment plan and a special discount if you're a Think and Thin 6-week student already. Okay. So the next question is that a lot of money? Right? And I don't know, because expensive is relative, right? It depends on what you're going to receive. And you have to determine for yourself what having a body you're confident in, unwavering self-esteem, dating again, reigniting your relationship, being a good example for your children is worth to you. Would you rather have those things or $3,000? Because you're going to make the $3,000 regardless, right? How many of you guys know how much you'll make this year? I mean, I think most of us do. You can't get a mortgage or even apply for rent if you don't know how much money you're going to make every month. Okay. So pretty much everybody knows with certainty that $3,000 is going to come to you regardless, right? So now let me ask you, next year, so a year from today, will that $3,000 that you get paid next month, will that $3,000 be in your bank account next year? You may have $3,000 in your bank account, but will that $3,000 be in your bank account? Probably not, right? Okay, so that means you would have spent $3,000 on something. So the question is that $3,000 that you spent, is that going to give you more of something that matters? Or is it going to give you more of something that doesn't matter? Because that money is going to be spent. It's just, what am I going to spend it on? And what I choose to spend it on, will that really make a difference in my life a year from now? And I can't answer that for you. But what I can tell you is that for more than a decade, I have helped almost 250,000 women make that choice. And they feel, I can't tell you how to feel, but they feel, they come back and they say that this was the best decision they ever made. And if they were given the chance, they would do it all over again. They'd do it twice as fast and they'd pay twice as much. Because let me tell you, there is no price on how you feel about yourself. How you show up in this world, it affects every single thing we do. Okay, so I'm going to give you the link to buy here. And the good news is I want to talk about the price here, because right now for this class only, I'm going to drop $800 off the price when you pay in full. Okay. I'm going to make it just $2,200. And you guys, if you're a student, you can apply the entire $300 that you paid for the 6-week program towards the cost of the Thrive program by using this coupon code that I'm going to share with you in a minute. Okay, making it just $1,900 if you're already a 6-week student. And listen, y'all, I know some of you all only paid $200 for the program, but I'm still giving you $300 towards the price of it anyway. Okay. All right, so here's the link and the code here. Let's see, everybody, let me make sure you guys get the link here. The code, if you're a student, and you guys, we are going to check, is student. So you'll see the little, you'll see an area to put the discount code on the checkout page, and you just put student, it'll take $300 off the price. Okay, so I'm going to stay online here and I'm going to answer whatever questions you guys have. So Sally and I will be here, and whatever questions you have, fire away. I am happy to answer them for you. Yeah, and I understand. I mean, this is still it's a big investment, and if you're retired on a limited budget, absolutely, I get it. Yes, I have sent the link. I can send it again. Here we go. The code is for the discount is student, and me to everybody here. Are the materials and app lifetime access? You get 6 months. So the program is 3 months. That's a great question, Angelita. The program is 3 months and you get 6 months to complete the program. Okay. So, like life happens, you got to go on vacation. You know, we like to make it a lot more spacious. So, yeah, absolutely. You've got 6 months to complete the entire program. The link is not hyperlinked. It should. It's working for me. What happens after the 6 months? After the 6 months, you can still stay in the community, and we have a low monthly membership that you can continue to join if you want access to the material. My goal, you guys, is that you don't need me anymore after 6 months. So that's really my goal. Like, I'm not trying to sell you more stuff. Like, it would behoove my business if I would like sell you more stuff, but like the point of this program is to literally get you results. Okay. So I actually, if you want to stick around, I'll teach you different things, but after 6 months, you shouldn't need my help with weight loss anymore. Okay. Let's see. You guys having a problem? Let's see here. I'll do another. Here we go. Let's try that one. What time are the meetings scheduled? Okay, so the meetings are scheduled at different times to suit everybody's time zone. So there's never a problem whether you're in America, in Europe, in Australia. There's always a time that you will be awake, that you can jump on one of the live calls. Let's see. Margaret, we don't have a payment plan with the Think and Thin discount right now. No, so if you want to do the payment plan is, I believe it's $500 a month for the 6 months. So we allow you to stretch that out over the course of the 6 months. So Paula, you have to put the student discount. So you have to put join now on the 2200. And then when you say check, and then you put in the discount code, you type in student and click redeem. Okay. So on the very next page, you just click that you want the $2,200 one. And then the next page, you put your email in, and then you put your discount code, which is student, and it'll show. Okay. So the small group meeting of 15 people, yeah, the meeting times are fluid as well. We have different time. We have a lot of different groups, and that's one of the things that Sally, who's the personal progress partner, she organizes. So she knows everybody. You guys are going to get a one-on-one call with her when you first join the program, and she's going to tell you what time zone you're in, what people she thinks that you should meet, and she's going to put together kind of like a custom tailored package for you so that it fits with your lifestyle. Some people want to go to a lot of things, a lot of live interactions, and some people, you know, really want to do it on their own. Some people have different time zone restrictions, and she's got her hand. She knows what's going on with everybody, and so she'll be able to help you figure out what's going to be best for you and for your learning style. I don't do anything live in person. No, not yet. No, it does not include one-on-one coaching, Laurel, although there is an option to join one-on-one coaching. That is, I'm not going to offer that next year, but it's basically at my cost. So you can join the one-on-one coaching after you join this, and you can add 12 sessions to this package if you like, at my cost. Paula, if you wanted to do that, you know, I don't want anybody making the choice between putting food on the table and joining this program. So if you like, if this feels really, really tight for you, I'd rather you wait until it feels more spacious. That's really how I feel about it. Okay, who else has questions about this? Yes, the refund is guaranteed. Yeah, the refund is somewhere on the checkout page. I think it's in our terms and conditions. Yes. Again, you can go through the program, you go through all the modules, you fill out your homework, you do the work. If it doesn't work, you turn in your homework and you get a full refund. Okay? That's it. You guys, like, you can literally try the program, see if it works, and then if it doesn't, let us know and get all your money back. I got more out of these 2 days than the 7 days last week. Oh, cool. Self-sabotage is definitely my thing. Yeah, that's kind of the point, you know. The 7 days is like, I just met you online and, you know, you need a lot of context. You need to understand what the weight loss blockers are. And these trainings are for people that you know me a little bit more so we can go deeper, right? So just imagine, like, I'm kind of taking you through the journey of working with me. So you know, the 7-day challenge is like, we just met. This is like, we're getting to know each other a lot better. And then in the program, that's when we really go deep and we do all the stuff, and I don't hold anything back because we have all the time basically to do that. If we purchase an older program, will we still retain access to that after the 6-month material? I'm not really sure what that answers. Yes, you will be able to get a replay of yesterday and today's seminar. I don't know how soon they're going to have that out though. How much of the focus is on emotional eating and stress eating? I don't associate food with good feelings and I don't really stress eat. Okay, so Abby, yeah, I mean, this program is like all about emotional and stress eating. So if that's not something that you do, I would say that this isn't a good fit. Okay, what other questions do you guys have for me? You do not need Facebook to join the program. Absolutely. Okay, I put in the coupon code and it comes up to 2,200, not 19. That's weird. That shouldn't happen. Are you sure you put it in? Let's see. Try it again. Just refresh and try it again. Where's my other phone? Yeah, sometimes because we have a lot of people that try to join all at once, we can have some tech issues. So I've got my tech person already on. Okay, oh my God, we've already got a bunch of you guys joined. Will you please say that you've joined? If you joined, please celebrate. We want to celebrate that you've joined. I'm just looking at the screen right now. Okay, we've got Leanne, we've got Leah, we've got Pamela, we've got Laurel, we've got Leah, Kathleen, Bernadette. Oh my God, welcome, ladies. Amazing. Laurel, hell yeah. Marisa joined, hell yeah. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Tiffany's asking, will this work if I quit programs? And that's my biggest issue. Well, we've made it as foolproof as we can, Tiffany, right? So, I mean, we, barring doing the program for you, which, you know, I'd love to do, there's really, we've tried to make this fail proof because that is everybody's biggest problem is self-sabotage. And so I would say, with like, compared to any other program in existence, especially with weight loss, we have made the structure with the saboteur in mind. That's why we give you access to the personal progress partner. That's why we give you access to so many groups. That's why we have these audios with me in your pocket so that you can just pop on and do something really quick. So obviously I can't guarantee, but that is something. And especially, you know, if you come to the live laser coaching call and you tell me that, so the other thing that I do, I don't know if I talked about this, but I give you guys customized prescriptions. Okay. So like this thing where like the I'm Home Depot, I truly do that. So if you come to me, Tiffany, and you're like, okay, listen, I sabotage myself all the time. I don't want to come to the program. I don't even want to freaking log in. I hate your face right now. I will give you a customized prescription of what to work on for that next week. And you're only going to do that thing. You guys, I had somebody do this about a month ago. She had been severely sexually abused. Her abuser had just gotten out of jail and was living in her neighborhood. She came to me and she said, Brittany, I am so fucking triggered right now. What do I do? And I gave her a customized prescription. And I said, I only want you to work on these things. She did that thing. It took her a month. It took her a month. She did that thing. When she came back after that month, her first words out of her mouth is, what is this witchery that you did to me? What did you do? Because what happened is, anybody that knows, if you've had any kind of sexual abuse or body boundary violation, you feel really intimidated being in a room full of men, especially if you are out in public and you're maybe seeing them notice you, right? So she went to a party, she went to a bar, and she noticed, she didn't notice it at the time. There were all these men that were checking her out. She's a beautiful young girl, blonde hair, and there were all these men checking her out. She didn't notice until the very next day that she had zero reaction to that. And before, she would have been crawling out of her skin. She would not have been able to step foot in that bar. She would have left as soon as she noticed one person's attention. Okay. So you guys, this shit is powerful. Like, I'm not like, there's no bullshit here. Okay. Like, really come in, do the work. When you do the work, it works. Tiffany signed up. Yay. Awesome. Kat says, can't wait to start. Yay. Awesome. Welcome, Kat. Welcome, welcome. Cool. Thank you, Sally, for answering questions too. Ellen purchased. Linda signed up. Woo! Okay, no problem, Piper. Just read your message. Absolutely. Come back when the time is right. Thank you for your confidence and your belief in your program. I'm so excited to be held accountable. Oh, me too. I'm so happy. And you know what, you guys? This is Sally's favorite thing to do. Sally loves like meeting you. She loves connecting you guys. She loves your success. Like, she has made this program so much better. We could not do this program without Sally. Like, this program got infinitely better when Sally, okay, this is a funny story about Sally. Sally's been, she went through my Thrive program, and then she went through my coach certification program, which takes like 3 years to complete everything, by the way. So she did that. And she was like, Brittany, hey, I want to work for you. I want to coach for you. And we were having a really slow year. We didn't have enough business. I didn't have enough students to give her. And I just said, Sally, I can't afford to hire you. You guys, she started working for free. She got in and she started working for free. And she figured out what everybody needed. And she put these groups together, and she put the buddy groups together, and she was hosting calls. Everybody got so much happier, and everybody's success went through the roof when Sally got in there as the community manager and started helping people with what they needed and building these groups. So you guys, this is the best version. I'm so proud of this version that we have. I literally could not do it without Sally. Sally, I love you too, Sally. Sally, I'm so grateful for her. I mean, she has put wind in my sails around this. I've been teaching this for a really long time. A lot of people don't teach something for so long because you kind of get burnt out on it, right? And Sally, and I was feeling that way, and Sally has just like reinvigorated my excitement about sharing this with the world and helping people, because the reality is, like, you guys still need this. There are so many women that still need this. There are so many women that don't know about us. And so I'm working my ass off behind the scenes with, getting the message in front of you and shooting videos and making content so that's relatable, so that you guys can understand, like, we're the place to help you. Like, we have help for you if this is a problem that you struggle with. So I truly, I'm so grateful for her and for this community. And you guys, those of you that are joining, so the 15 that are joining right now, you guys are going to create a cohort together. Okay. So you guys are going to be starting the program together at the same time, which is going to be really cool, because you have all these buddies that you're going to go through the program, and you're going to be able to talk about it, and you're going to be able to like kind of ping pong off of each other, hold each other accountable, which is really fun to do. It's like fun to kind of start programs when you're on the same page as everybody else. Yes. Thank you, Brittany, for creating this beautiful community. Thank you, Paula. Yes. My friends call me Linda Rose. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you guys. So as soon as you join, Sally will reach out to you and you guys will have a one-on-one phone call with her and she's going to get to know you. Okay. I don't know anybody else who offers at this level, like at this investment. I don't know anybody else who offers a one-on-one phone call with somebody. Okay. You guys, like this, we truly have tried to make this so that you never have to struggle with this problem again. We have tried to make it so that you will not fail. If you trust us, if you do the work, I promise you will get the results. Okay, anybody else have questions about this? Let's see. Oh my gosh, I see Tiffany. Let's see. I see Margaret. I see Linda Rose. Awesome. Welcome. Welcome, ladies. Sounds like the romper room. Okay, I see. Let me see how many people we still have. There's still 120 of you guys. If there's my whole family needs this, does it work for men? Darlene, yeah, absolutely. It can work for men. We don't have any men, I don't think, in the program, so they might feel a little bit odd. They probably wouldn't want to like join the community just because I know men don't feel like men feel intimidated by a lot of women. But the techniques absolutely work and they can a lot of the program is like downloadable and you can listen to it anytime. So men usually kind of like things that are more self-paced anyway. So absolutely. You can join Thrive anytime, but the price goes up. I think the base price is like 7,000. So, you know, you just have to wait until I open another cohort like this. And again, we've done 3 of them so far because they're working and like Sally has enough space, but I only have one Sally, you guys. And when Sally gets too overwhelmed with students, we're not gonna do this anymore. So it's really we're at the beginning stages of it. She's doing great. We're taking small groups at a time just so that we can really make sure that we hold everybody's hand and we give you the support that you need. You're not going to get on a call and have like hundreds of people on the call. There'll maybe be like 40 to 50 max. So everybody will get a chance to talk to me. So, you know, we're really doing this, you know, for you guys to have the best experience that you can have. But yes, we will still offer this program. It'll just be at a higher price. Okay, who else? Yeah, and this is a really cool time to start too. It's really hard to find all this shit that comes up. And like when it's not up and fresh, we kind of have to go hunting for it. And it's not the same. It's not as easy to find. Like the reason I had you throw the food in the trash is because it brings up all of this programming like right up to the surface. And so if you join now, you have the benefit of being in the community and being in a container to help you clear these things. And next year, unless you stay in it, which hopefully you don't need us at that point, you won't be in it at that time because the 6 months will be over. So this is actually a really good time for you guys to join. And again, we give you that 6 months to finish the program because, you know, obviously life happens. There will be a replay. I just, it just might take us like a week or so to get the replay. So yeah, just be patient with us. Yeah. The program is 6 months. It's a 3-month program and you have 6 months to complete it, Deborah. Okay, who else? We've got 111 people still on the call. Who has questions? I'm feeling like there's still some questions. There are no bad questions either, you guys. What else can I answer for you? You're going to check, actually. Let me make sure we didn't fill up all the spots. Hold on. Oh, hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shit. Okay, hold on. We might only have a couple spots left. I gotta check. 10, 11, 12. You guys, we've got 3 spots left. That's it. I told you we sell out every freaking time. We only have 3 spots left. Who are those 3 spots going to? I'm trying to find a way. Good. I'm gonna hold the vision for you. if you did the 6-week program, how much will it be now? It's 12 modules instead of 6. Is that what you're asking, Anna? Again, you're going to apply what you paid for the 6-week program. Most people paid only $200 for the program, but some people pay $300. We give a little discount if you buy it early in the challenge. So I'm giving you $300 as a credit, which is why you use that student coupon code. So yeah, just so you know, yeah, that's how it works. Explain the access to the 3 months. Okay, so basically it's a 3-month program. Okay, at the end of the 3 months, unless you do all your homework perfectly and unless you come to all the classes every single week, you're still like you might still like, what happens if you go on vacation? What happens if you miss a week? You still might have some modules that you need to listen to, or the modules that you need to do, right? You still might want to connect with your buddies and be in these buddies groups. So we give you an extra 3 months to stay part of the community, to finish up all the modules. You might be like stuck on something. You and I could be working on something. I'll be like, you need an extra month just to focus on this. So we give you actually 6 months to work through all the content, even though it's just a 3-month program. Okay, does that make sense? Cindy joined. Woo! She got one of the last 3 spots. I'm trying to justify why I shouldn't join. Well, maybe you shouldn't, Abby. Maybe you shouldn't. I'm not trying to talk you into it. Let me tell you something. You need this more than I need you. Okay, like that's the truth. Okay, I don't need to sell this. I sell this to a lot of people. Okay, if you struggle with this problem, there's nobody else that offers the solution like this. There just isn't, and I know that. Okay, so I don't know why you shouldn't join, but maybe you shouldn't. The program you signed up for, yeah, we have a monthly tapping circle where you can tap with our coaches in a group setting, and that's not what we're selling here. So if you're part of that, then you get access to that, and you get a separate program, you get a separate login, and you get emails. And Sally can tell you about that if you've joined the program. She can explain that to you, and she can show you where in the program you have both of the programs. You have access to both of the things. I don't know if you should. Oh yeah, so you guys will only share phone numbers if you want to. So when we do like when I have my live laser Q&A calls, we will do customized prescriptions. And sometimes like if sometimes it'll just be themes. Like somebody will be like, oh, I'm really sabotaging right now, and I'll give them a customized prescription, but it'll resonate with like 5 or 6 other people. And I'll ask, okay, do you guys want to create an accountability cohort together and go through this? And so the customized prescription will be something like, okay, I want you to do XYZ for, 3 times a week for the next week or for the next 2 weeks or whatever it is. And then you guys will share each other's phone numbers in like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger and keep each other accountable and just like do check-ins and be like, hey, did it today. Okay. So, the link to join, here you go. Day and time for I'm based in Europe and my schedule varies a lot. Yeah. So if you are in Europe, so it's always 12 Eastern and 7 p.m. Eastern. And so I believe what works for you is 12 Eastern is like your 5 or 6 or 7, depending on where you are in Europe. Yeah, Tina, I get it. The conversion is poopy. I get it. And oh yeah, and the buddy groups are at different times of days, and there's a bunch of them too. So like, yeah, the Sally will only put you in a buddy group that suits your time zone, right? You're not going to do a buddy group that's like in the middle of the night for you. That's not your buddy group. All right, who else has questions? Okay, wait, I gotta make sure we still have spots. I think we got. Hold on, we might have only 1 spot left. All right, 1, 2, okay. Hold on, I think we still have 1 spot left, guys. Who's gonna take it? Who's gonna take it? Oh, wait, I think Carol took it. Abby, wait, hold on. Let me see. Okay, wait. 1, 2, let's see. All right, we got Carol, we got Suzanne, we got Laura, Leslie, Margaret, Tiffany, Linda, Bernadette, Kathleen, Leah, Laurel, Pamela, Leah, Leanne, Oh, fuck. No, I stopped counting. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, shoot. You guys, we got 1 spot left. We got 1 spot left. Yes, I saw that, Leanne. Well, don't worry, we'll refund you. Yeah, sometimes people. Have I ever been overweight? Yeah, Karen, I have. Why? Why is that a question? Yeah, I haven't been 100 pounds overweight, but I've been 40 pounds overweight. Pamela is getting a credit card. Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah. You know, and my main problem was the emotional eating and the self-sabotage. So, you know, I would let myself go. I think my biggest size was like maybe a size 12, and I'm naturally a size 6. So, yeah. My problem was the emotional eating and the emotional overeating. Right now I live in Austin, Texas. I'm on Central Time. I spent 10 years living abroad, though. I was in Barcelona for 3 years before I moved to Austin, and I lived in Mexico. I actually started my journey with all of this material in Mexico in the Yucatan, and that land has very, very potent properties for me. And I didn't figure out until years and years later that me taking these walks on the beach was opening up my channels to allow all the information that I share in my programs to come through. I didn't know what channeling was. I don't call myself that. It's not something I identify with or anything. And there's so many people that say that. But that truly was what was happening. I believe that I know that this is a spiritual calling for me to be able to offer this type of work, and for me to be able to offer this kind of healing work and this transformation, and for me to be able to have this skill set that I can run a business, that I can do sales and marketing. I believe all of that was given to me as a talent so that I can help people like you. I can't be the best healer in the world if nobody knows about me. And so, yeah, Mexico was really the way my portal opened. And I had no idea that was happening at the time. I would just go for these walks on the beach, and then I would write for 10 hours a day, and it would just all come out of me. And, you know, I tell the story about how I was struggling with problems, and then I'd go for a walk on the beach, and all of a sudden I would hear the answer, and I would get literal instructions for what to do. It was like in the voice of a man too, which is weird. Kind of wanted to be a woman, but it was a man. So yeah, this isn't just a business for me. This is a spiritual calling. Crystal, I would love to write a book. I think that with the programs that I have, and now with like AI, I believe that it will be easier for me to put all of the work that I've done in a book format. It just hasn't been, you know, yeah. Now with technology and the way that technology has gone, that will actually be my next thing. Yeah, thanks for asking, because it would be really great to just be able to give this to people, wouldn't it? Okay, Anna joined. Did Anna get the last spot? Oh, all right. I love it. Okay, here again, just in case. I think I joined, Anna. Here's the link just to make sure. You need a book from me. Okay, thanks, Crystal, for saying that. I actually just had a session with a psychic, which I don't do that much anymore because I just like psychics feel disempowering to me. But apparently this one, he predicted that Meghan Markle was going to move to London. He didn't predict that she was going to become like the queen or the princess or whatever, but and like all the Hollywood celebrities work with him, and he's like really well connected. And so one of my girlfriends was like, Brittany, you got to see this guy. He's hilarious. He's like 79 years old. Anyway, he started the call with, Brittany, why the fuck don't you have a book? This guy knows nothing about me. I showed him photos of me. That's it. So he's like, you need to have a book, and like harped on me for that. So it is much more in my awareness now. And I've been getting really good with ChatGPT. We've become friends. So I think that might actually have more legs than it has in the past. Yeah. But first, I got to make this program the best that it could possibly be. The book, it just, yeah, this program always takes priority for me. And we're working on kind of upgrading some of the tech too to make it easier, the interface easier. So when we do that, whoever joins now, you guys get access to anything that we update in the next 6 months. You guys will get access to that. So anyway, there's all these things going on behind the scenes that I don't even think Sally knows about, but we're working on just always how to make this better for you guys, really. Okay, we're at the 2 hour, let's see. Okay, we're at the 2 hour mark, you guys, and I gotta pee. I gotta pee. Yeah, Paula, come back to us when the time is right. I don't want you joining new credit cards and doing all of that. Yeah, it would be a good companion for the program. I agree. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all so much for being here. I love doing this. I love teaching. I hope you got a lot out of. I put a lot more into this and we did a lot more tapping. Has anybody done one of these before? And like, give me like, you can give me feedback. No, you've never done this. Is everybody like brand new to this?
This
Anyway,
was the best, Britt. This was the best.
Thanks, Sally. Thanks. I love that positive feedback. It's my love language. It feels really good to be able to give you guys so much. So thank you so much for joining. I'm so excited. We have a live laser coaching call on Thursday. I'm actually going to be, I'm just like putting this out there. I'm going to be going to LA to shoot with my social media team so that we can have videos on Instagram so that even more people can know about us. So on Thursday, I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be on that call. If I'm not, one of my head coaches will be on the call, or we might move the call. I don't know. Or maybe I'm going to try to pull it off. I don't know. It just depends on how exhausted I am. Okay. Thank you so much for you guys being here. It was so fun to tap with you. It's so fun to work with you. Thank you for being so engaged too. So I just like, I love all your feedback and I love your comments. And I just love how like, excited you are to be here to learn this stuff. And, I really, really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Okay. Lots of love, everybody. Lots of love. Bye, everybody.